action-packed week full of games as we enter the 10th edition of the ABL Highlights program. P-Double here to bring you up to date on the latest highlights and results. And let's not waste any time and jump right into the first game of the week, held at Chulalongkorn Stadium, where the Bangkok Cobras play host to the visiting Westports Malaysia Dragons. The Dragons, coming off a loss against the Saigon Heat, look to bounce back with a win here. Meanwhile, the Cobras are hoping for good production from new import Travis George. Let's get down to business as we tip things off in Thailand, and it's Coach Bryant and his Cobras who strike early, first with Gentry Lewis scoring deep in the paint. Then Travis George catches it ahead of the pack and spins underneath for good measure before dropping it in. The Cobras, off to a hot start, open the game with an 8-0 run and start to get under the skin of Tyrus Wade and the Dragons. Things get heated and words are exchanged, but eventually the Dragons would settle down and they start to go to work, getting it to Brian Williams, and he simply does the rest. Pacana almost gets the steal, but it ends up back in the hands of Marvin Cruz as he cruises in for the layup. Williams still hot in the second quarter, this time taking it right at George in the lane. Then he waits patiently underneath and hits the easy shot as the Dragons take the lead. George getting good inside position and rewarded with the offensive putback. But Wade and the Dragons with a strong first half, and they take an 8-point lead at the midway point. Second half opens with George putting 2 up for the Cobras. Pat Cabahug answers back with a turnaround jumper on the other end for the Dragons. But the Cobras slowly start to mount their third quarter comeback behind the speed of Jai Reyes as he takes it all the way to the hole. Watch him again as he dribbles around everyone and goes coast to coast for the score. Dragons are held to a mere 11 points in the entire third quarter as they watch their lead disappear. Everything clicking for the Cobras as Cruz leaves it a little hard off the glass, but KDM Chaiwat is there to help clean up. Tight defense by the Dragons, and they strip Lewis of the ball, and Chris Pacana gets it to go. Another Cobra turnover, and again it's Pacana who goes in for the score, and the Dragons are back in it. Lewis goes to the dribble and drives all the way to the basket. But Pacana, with the smart play here, follows up his own missed shot for 2. Then, still feeling it, he catches it on the block and spins underneath for the reverse layup, and the Dragons take the lead in the fourth. But the Cobras standing up to the pressure and taking the slim lead late in the quarter. Despite a game-high 30 points by Tyrus Wade, they see themselves down by 3 points with time running out. Last chance, and Williams misses the free throw and seals the fate of the frustrated Dragons as they lose their second consecutive game. Very even scoring across the board for the Cobras as 5 players hit the double-digit mark, led by Jai Reyes putting up 20 points. However, a tough loss for the Dragons as Wade finishes with 30 and Williams adds 17 of his own points, plus 13 rebounds for the double-double. Final score 85-81, and the Dragons will try to break their losing streak next against the Patriots at home. Let's hear from Coach Bryant and the Cobras.